Okay, I believe we're live. I believe we're live. If anybody can see, let me know by typing in the chat. It's happened, people. It's happened. Um, if anybody can see, type in the chat, let me know. But we're live. Maybe an hour ago. Well, I'll give you the timeline in case you don't know. About an hour ago, there was reports. There's reports simply of explosions. Okay, explosions in Iran, and it was near the. I want to get all the names right. Isfahan. Isfahan. There was a military base, an Air Force base, Iranian Air Force base in Isfahan, and there was simply reports of an explosion. We didn't know who did it. We didn't have any idea what's going on. We decided not to go on yet in political drain because one thing I know as a military veteran is all information that you get from now on for the next few days, for the next few weeks, is controlled and trickled out on purpose for specific situations and for specific content. But we're going to do the best we can to sparse through it. But now that I've waited, I'm glad we did. Israel. This is according to a U.S. military official, U.S. foreign officials, and Iranian newspapers and their news, as well as Al Jazeera, as you see here, has dropped bombs on Isfahan in response to the Iranian assault. Let's give you the facts first. Okay? Iran's official IRNA news agency has said a series of explosions in Syria targeted military sites, and what they did in response was yesterday they sent drones and bombs, which were mostly blown out of the air due to Israeli air defense, Jordanian air defense. And Iran said that they did that on purpose. They could have done more, but they were trying to follow the rules of engagement. Those who don't know what that is, there are rules of engagement in wartime or in pre-war that says you can respond non-lethally, you can respond with we'll make it easy for you. Instead of the jargon, there is gigantic, I want to start a war. There's a shot across your bow that says don't do it again. And then there's political, which is war by means of talking. Iran says that they were doing the second, a shot across the bow. Israel said, right now, we don't care. They have, according to official sources in both Iran and in the U.S., dropped the bombs. They've dropped the bombs. We're going to go to CNN. Israel has carried out a strike inside Iran, a U.S. official told CNN on Friday. A move that threatens to push the region deeper into conflict. The target is not nuclear, the official added. Of course not. Remember, everything we're hearing from the U.S. official is on purpose and for a purpose. This is war. This is not the whole thing. There's things that will not be covered and things we'll have to use conjecture for. Disclaimer. Iran's air defense systems were activated in several locations after 3 explosions were heard close to the airport and an army base in the Iranian city of Isfahan. State media reported early Friday morning, that's now, 3 explosions were heard near a military base where fighter jets are located in the northwest part of Isfahan. The defense is activated in response to an object in the sky. This is what led to it. What's curious? 57 minutes ago, Israel had alert sirens activated in northern Israel. The Israeli military is saying alert sirens have been activated. Funny enough, immediately after that, they said that it was a false alarm. So here's what that means. Like I said, all information is is curated just for you. Understand what that means. When you're in Israel and you have alarms going off, when the next thing you hear is bombs fell in Iran, you don't say, well, why did we start that, or why did we do it? You say, thank God our alarms are off. That's why this is conjecture. That's why those alarms were mistakenly on in North Israel. It's not bad or good. It's just a tactic. If you want your people to not ask too many questions in the middle of your bombing in the middle of the night, the best way to do it is to strike a little fear. That happened. They did alert sirens. There are no bombs in Israel, but the sirens were on. People were scared, and the next piece of news they got was Israel has dropped bombs on Iran. Iran's semi-official Fars news agency has reported explosions in Isfahan province, with the state television reporting flights in several cities have been suspended. There were also reports of explosions in Syria and Iraq. That has not been confirmed as to who it is. If anybody tells you that they do know who that is, take it with a grain of salt. As a matter of fact, because we know that the fog of war is real, and because we know all information is given on purpose and for a purpose, even what I'm telling you now, understand it may change. We are going live tomorrow night on our Thank Ganja It's Friday podcast, which normally we record beforehand, but we decided to go live when we heard this news. We still have a list of things that happened right here in the U.S. that we got to talk about. But I guarantee you there'll be more news, there'll be more retaliations. I'll also guarantee you that, unfortunately, the money that we were going to send to Israel that was supposed to be passing the House will probably be sped up. Let's go there. Today we found out that the United States has greenlit Israel going into Rafah. But they said the way they're going to do it is not going to be a full-blown, the number 3 version, military attack. They want to go in there and try to clear out small portions at a time, evacuate people who aren't in the line of fire. And when the U.S. heard that that was the new deal, they said, okay, we'll give you the money that you need. I believe it's $26 billion. Now, Israel did this. Understand that the only reason why, as Biden said, we were going to give them that money is because they weren't supposed to start a war with Iran. I believe that has changed. The one thing I don't believe has changed is the money. I believe that's still going there. You may ask why. The simple reason is the U.S. is hated in the Middle East by every other country but Israel. We have so many vested interests in the Middle East that in the politicians' minds, not in the people's minds, and I believe it's going to show up tomorrow, we are beholden to have their back no matter what, even when we say we don't. Whether you like it or not, this is the politics of it. Israel is the only place that we have where our soldiers don't have to be. And so we'd rather give them the money and the bombs so they can fight the wars for us. Especially after every peace treaty we did with Iran was completely taken out during the Trump administration. Whether you like it or not, this isn't blame, this isn't politics, this is just the facts because you need to know it. So now this is where we are. We haven't given them the money yet. They are going into Rafah. That has been for sure. If you'll find out that the bill is rushed through and we still give them the money, now you know why. If, on the other hand, we withhold the money because we found out that they bombed Iran, then I'll give all the credit in the world to President Joe Biden because that's the right thing to do. In my opinion, that's conjecture. Let's get back to the news that's happening right now. I'm going to stick to Al Jazeera. Iran has fired air defense batteries amid reports of explosions near a major airbase. Okay, so they're still defending themselves. As far as we can tell you, this is all I can tell you. Israel has attacked Iran. Iran said that in return for the lackluster attack that Iran had. Why did Iran send their missiles 2 days ago now? Well, because Israel attacked an Iranian or near an Iranian embassy in Syria. That was the first strike. Iran came back with the shot across the bow. If you don't know what I mean by that, you can rewind this in a minute. But not the full-scale war retaliation. The leaders of Iran also said that openly. Hey, we could have done more, but we wanted to stay within the rules of within the rules of negotiation here, right? And I'm losing my mind. Within the rules, okay? Israel said, well, now we know we are going to retaliate. Biden said he wasn't going to give the money if they did retaliate. Unfortunately, they already signed the papers to give them the money for going into Rafah, to give Israel the money so they could go into Rafah. This is where we are. This is where we stand. Tomorrow night, we will be going live. Thank Ganja, it's Friday. We'll be live. We will be talking about domestic affairs in the United States, things that are going on, because it's important. But we'll probably be starting with this. Things will change. There has been no retaliation yet that we know of, but I guarantee you the reason why I have my VPN set to Israel and to Monaco and to Morocco is because the words that they'll be saying over there will be different from what you hear over here. Understand, every piece of information from now for the next few weeks is propaganda, as it should be, because every piece of information could cause or end a war. So everything we hear is for a purpose. Take everything with a grain of salt. Look at multiple sources. If anything new happens, we'll talk about it. I'm going to stay live for a little bit longer. I'm going to see what others have to say. But I doubt we'll be getting any serious news or any serious updates from Iran because they have to be quiet. What they're doing cannot be exposed, as you probably can understand. Remember that Israel did put out a false alarm over over northern Israel, saying that basically the bomb sirens, that bombs are coming in. After that, they said that that was a mistake. That's not likely. That was for the purpose of not getting too much backlash when they drop their bombs. I guarantee you that will be the word out of Israel. That's a guarantee. We thought they were bombing us again. Now, we also know that we're not going to be getting the news from them. That's what the people of Israel will be hearing. We dropped bombs because we thought they were bombing us again. What we're going to get is a mix of the two. We're going to get focused reporting by people who are giving us what they want to hear from both sides. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do we have? Nothing new here. And I'm not going to belay the point. I hope that you understand. Any questions? Please don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Thank you guys so much. So I haven't touched the chat section yet, but now I see you. Thank you, TV2 Live. Thank you, Stephanie B2. Thank you, P Dubs. Thank you. Thank you, Laura Malcolm. I'll be ending this because, to be honest with you, like I said, what we know is, according to Iran, Israel dropped the bombs on Iran in response. According to the U.S., Israel dropped the bombs. According to Israel, it was a mistake that they did the air raid sirens, but they will be using that as the excuse as to why they dropped the bombs. I'll see you tomorrow live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be with Laura Malcolm. We'll have a lot to talk about, and this will be the first thing we talk about. News will be swift, and we'll be doing a lot of deciphering. Thank you for watching.